I had quite a few thoughts today about the fucking con man, buffoonish, psychotic Donald Trump. And I was like, why not? I just express my thoughts all at once. First off, like I saw this thing this YouTuber was talking about where it showed some dipshit with some painting of Trump behind looking, like he doesn't look like he's all fit and stuff, and he's holding an American flag like he's some kind of fucking hero. And I've heard similar um, sentiments or statements where he's like, no person has been able to explain to me why they hate this man. And I just get so tired of the fucking gaslighting because I've heard this notion that this caricature that the media, and I've spoken about this, the caricature that the media has presented to make you hate this man. And it just really irritates the shit out of me. And I've said it over and over and over and over again. And I've even heard people talk about research, which is funny because a lot of the people, like Trump supporters I've talked to, it's clear how low information they are and how fucking dumb and just borderline mental disorders they have, apparent mental disorders they have. Should try to tell me I don't do my fucking research. No, I watch a lot of political shit. I've watched a lot of YouTube people that cover his rallies. So I've seen his rallies. I've seen his softball interviews. And just the mere fact, if you can't listen to this guy, I've listened to this guy talk. Just listen to him talk for even at a press conference, listen to him talk for 5-10 minutes. And it's apparent to anybody, any critical thinker, anybody with half a fucking brain, how incompetent this fucking guy is. And he really has some mental issues. They're always talking on a side note, always talking about Kamala laughing. But she has an engaging laugh. You never see Trump laugh. He has something fucking wrong with him. He really does. So no, I've seen Trump talk. I experienced his presidency. I know the shit that he and no, he didn't. They used to say that the president that did everything he said he was going to do, huh? First of all, he didn't finish building no fucking wall. He used to talk tough about Saudi Arabia. A lot of people forget this shit. And then, when they killed that reporter that in Turkey, he didn't say shit. And one thing I never hear anybody talk about anymore on the news or anything, it was like about, what was it, 2019 or something, some Saudi national attacked some military base in the States. He didn't do shit about that. And he took all kinds of money from Egypt. Anyways, and even setting everything else aside, this guy tried to overturn an election that he lost. And he lost it. I'll get to that later. He straight up lost like a fucking loser. Tried to stay in power like a tyrant. Tried to interrupt the peaceful transfer of power. Because he's a little fucking man baby bitch. He couldn't stand losing. And you're trying to tell me that somebody told me he's bad? No. Shut the fuck up with that shit. And so stop with the fucking gaslighting. And since I mentioned the election stuff, he had a press conference today. Like I said, which I watch shit. I watch him stand there and fucking talk as much as I could. I was at work, but I listened to him talk. So I know he's a fucking idiot. I know he fucking lies. And he says the same fucking shit over and over. And, I think he finally halfway got it through his head that, there's a couple of things like, I think it's abortion and the election. There's a couple of things that when he talks about people just like, and like him saying racial shit about Kamala. People aren't down with the election rig talk. So he didn't actually, so he tries to do a press conference where he tries to stay policy based, the best this fucking child man can. Tries to stick on his fucking shitty ass policies. Shit he doesn't know anything about anyways, so he doesn't come out and say the election's rigged, but he can't help himself. So when he's talking, he says, I got millions of more votes, and we did a lot better in 2020 than 2016. And basically, he's implying that the election was stolen. Well, here, let me give you some advice, Donald. Let me explain some math and some logic to you. Okay, you got more votes in 2020 than 2016, okay? Joe Biden got more fucking votes than you did. He got more. Because people came out in droves to vote against you because they didn't like your chaotic, incompetent fucking presidency. That's why you fucking lost. And one thing that really bothers me, people in the past, like when Hillary lost, she tried to run, Romney lost. And then you got these, the presidents that only were there for one term, and then he lost, like Jimmy Carter, H.W. Bush. These people don't try to run again because they fucking lost. Like Kerry. When they fucking lose, they don't try to run again. Because they don't have these fucking insecure egos like Trump does. He shouldn't have even fucking ran again because he lost. But then he fucking runs again because he's a fucking man baby. And then you have the, of course, everybody knows he lies. Actually, not. I've heard people make it sound like he's some kind of bastion of integrity and honesty. I mean, there's so many examples of him lying. But just recently, the shit about Kamala's crowd being AI generated. People actually bought this. There's people out there that actually bought this. And somebody asked him recently. They asked him about it, and he acts coy. And he's done this before. Like, he doesn't know what the person's talking about because he knows his bullshit. He's like, oh, I don't know anything about that. I just know my crowd sizes are bigger. This is what the fucking guy said. After he made a bunch of fucking ignorant simpleton people believe this shit. And then, of course, his dumb shit, like when the stock market does good under Biden. Oh, it's because they know I'm coming back, which is funny, especially after Biden dropped out. It totally energized the Democratic Party. And, I seriously thought, oh, well, Biden's going to lose now. It's like a fucking, I'd say 90, it's more likely Kamala's going to win. I mean, I'm sorry to fucking everybody that, is sad about that or whatever. I mean, that's just how it is. And the stock, I'm coming back, so that's why the stock market's doing good. Shut the fuck up. And the other thing he fucking lied about, he said that he said, and he's done this a lot, where he straight up takes credit for something that he didn't do. And actually, there's a lot of Republicans that have done this. Like, who was it? Was it Lauren Boebert or something? There was some kind of something they did, and they took credit for. But anyways, the Biden administration capped the cost of insulin. Because here in the States, we pay more for fucking pharmaceutical drugs than anybody else. And it's funny, a lot of these fucking right-wing, libertarian-type Republicans act like they're all against Big Pharma when COVID started because they wanted to do their fucking fanatical anti-COVID vaccine shit. When they didn't say fucking shit about Big Pharma for years, like price gouging people. But anyways, he said he did the cap on insulin. Straight up verifiable that he's lying about it. And he just comes out and says, how many fucking ignorant people who don't do their research are going to fucking believe that crap. This is ridiculous. And finally, one thing that cracked me up. He said something like, "I don't get riled up about anything. I stay calm." He seriously said this at this press conference. When all the fucking time he flew off the handle to the staff, or fucking loses his mind when somebody, Fox News or somebody shows a poll where he's losing. Where he fucking tweets or truths on his social fucking network, his social media platform about this and that, shoots off 40 fucking texts a day, and where he gives a Merry Christmas message where he's like, Merry Christmas to all the maggots and whatever and shit, and the Democrats that are trying to bring me and this country down and shit. Stay calm. No, you're full of rage, Donald. Everybody can see that. You're just fucking dumb. And then, I see a commercial where they did some kind of silly video of Kamala and Tim Walsh where they show them talking at a table, and they always talk about this kind of stuff on Fox. He's like, people are being crushed by inflation, and look at them doing this and that. Yeah, but they don't sit there and talk about the fact that Trump will do a rally and sit there and talk about sharks and batteries for fucking 10 minutes and just say the dumbest fucking shit and act like he's some kind of fucking comedian. And the guy's not funny. I mean, he's made me laugh a few times, but the shit gets old after fucking 8 years or whatever. So, I'm sorry to lay down so much fucking truth. And if you don't agree, well, you're probably just a fucking ignorant, because a lot of you motherfuckers who support Trump, like a lot of people are apolitical. So you halfway paid attention to politics most of your life, and then Trump comes on the scene and you act like you fucking know something. You don't know shit.